Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do lesson 4-1, which is multiplying decimals by powers of 10. So remember that, let's say you had a decimal like 4 and 23 hundredths times 1. Your answer would be 4 and 23 hundredths. Let's say you had 4 and 23 hundredths times 10. Well, that's the same as doing 4 and 23 hundredths times 10 to the first. And this is what you have to remember, that there's 1 0 in 10. So when you're multiplying 4 and 23 hundredths times 10, what you're going to do is you're going to move this decimal one place to the right. Remember, when you're multiplying, you're always moving the decimal point to the right. And you're going to move it however many zeros there are in this power of 10. So there's only one. You're going to move it over. So your new answer would be 42 and 3/10. Let's say, again, you had 4 and 23 hundredths times 100. That's the same as having 4 and 23 hundredths times 10 to the second. So again, you're going to take this decimal point and you're going to multiply and move this 2 places to the right. Your new answer would be 423 because your decimal point would be there. And that's the same as having 423. Let's say it was 4 and I'll put it here. Let's say it was, get rid of this. Let's say it was 4 and 23 hundredths times 10 to the third. Well, that's the same as having 4 and 23 hundredths times 1,000. This is where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to darken these so you can see these. Well, you have 3 zeros in 1,000. So you're going to move this 1, 2, we ran out of numbers. You've got to add a 0 to hold the place. So I'm going to squeeze that 0 in there. That's doing 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Your answer would be 4,230. Okay? So you're going to see examples that look like this today. Let me try one more. So let's say you had 31 hundredths times 10 to the first. That's the same as 31 hundredths times 10 because there's 1 0 in 10. Again, you would move that decimal point one place to the right. So now your answer is 3 1/10. Okay? If it was 31 hundredths times 10 to the second, that'd be the same as 31 hundredths times 100. You would move it, because there's 2 zeros in 100 or 10 to the second, you'd go 1, 2. So your answer would be 31. If you add 31 hundredths times 10 to the third, that's the same as doing 31 hundredths times 1,000. Because there's 3 zeros. Just go back. 3 zeros, 3 zeros in 1,000. Okay, so you've got to move this decimal point 3 places to the right. When you're multiplying, it's always to the right. 1, 2, we ran out of numbers. Then you have to add in a 0 to hold the place. So now I've moved it 3 places. My answer would be 310. And let's say we kept going with that. We'll do one more. I'll put it over here. Let's say you had 31 hundredths times 10 to the fourth. Well, that's the same as doing 31 hundredths times 10,000, because I've got 4 zeros here. Okay, so there's 10 to the fourth. So again, I'd have to move it 4 places when I multiply. 1, 2, I ran out of numbers. 3, and I'll move this over. So 3 and 4. So my answer would be 3,100. All right. I hope you can see that. Make that a little darker. And I hope that helps with today's questions. All right, good luck with today's lesson, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.